Hello, everybody. My name is Hellkaiser, and welcome back to League of Legends. This is not going to be a everyday series. This is just going to be a every once in a while. This is still a normal match. I will eventually go back to rank, but at the end of the season's so close. I've just been playing normals and trying to learn mid lane better because I've said it before. I'm a support main. I was trying out Yone. This isn't the first time like it was with Azir. I have played Yone before, but this is the first time in this is like the fourth game in total I've ever played on the champion. I played him like twice in the top lane, once in mid lane. Never really did very good with him. So I'm a newbie to Yone. And the reason I wanted to show this match is because we're going up against Yasuo, which is, if you don't know the lore of League of Legends, Yone and Yasuo are brothers. So this is a brother versus brother, Dante versus Virgil type matchup. And I thought I did really good on this. I didn't play super great. I'm still learning the mid lane role. Still trying to find which champions I really like. If I had to pick the champs so far that I truly enjoy in the mid lane role, my top 5 champs would have to be Azir, Yone, Zoe. I don't think I'm going to pronounce his name right, but Alkali, something like that, and Ari. That's my top 5 favorites that I truly enjoy. So anyway, match starts. For some reason, Yasuo. Oh, he warded blue buff. What a nice guy! I didn't waste my ward. I didn't know that Yi was on that either. So match is starting off okay. I think I'm getting a little bit better CS. I'm a little bit better with my Qs than he is at the beginning, or maybe his take a little bit longer to charge up. I don't know. If you're wondering what runes I'm running, Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand, Second Wind, Unflinching, and then Attack Speed, AD, and Magic Resist. So he gets the Q3 off on me, and so he gets the level 2 quicker, but I'm still CSing better than him at the moment. I don't think he ever catches me in CS in terms of how much I farm over him throughout most of the game. He gets another Q3 off on me, he gets some poke. He gets a lot of poke, but he plays a little bit off kilter here. See, this is what I thought was the best move. He dashes into me. I get the shield and Q3 him out of that. That was legitimately a badass moment there where I turned that. One of the best plays I've done in a while. It was like with that Azir video I did where I dashed away with my E and got the shield and managed to save myself. I think that's starting to become my signature play. Our Shaco is actually playing tank. Well, yeah, you wouldn't know yet, but he's running a tank build, and he actually does pretty decent. But I play a lot of Shaco. I used to be a jungle main way back when I first started playing this game, and then I got yelled at so much I switched to support. And Shaco was one of my favorites because when Smite, my favorite champion is Loki. So they're played kind of similar. And so, especially since the durability update to dragons a couple of patches ago, Shaco can't take objectives by himself anymore. And as you can see, he is working on that scuttle. For some reason, it's a Graves support with Twisted Fate, or I could never tell. You see, Twisted Fate and Graves neither one take a support item, so I don't know who's supposed to be who. It's a weird bot lane. I forgot what I was about to say a minute ago. Oh yeah, Shaco has a very hard time taking objectives because dragons are now a lot tougher to take on in the early levels. Unless you're playing like a tank champion like Sejuani or Zac or any champion like that, then it's becoming very hard to do it in the early game unless you got quite a lead. So Yi is on Wolves, Darius and Shen are playing pretty even. Somehow Twisted Fate and Graves, which I guess these guys are duo because, you know, they're partners and a couple sort of thing. They released the story and I read the story, and I thought it was pretty good, but I never understood how that meant they had like an attraction, and it kind of revealed that Fate is now bisexual, where I always just thought he was straight because of the Tango Evelyn skin and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with them changing the sexuality of some of the characters, but between Udyr, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but him, that was a cool move I did there too. But between Udyr and Lee Sin now being a couple, and the fact that Twisted Fate and Graves are now a couple, and Diana and Leona were a couple, I understand that they're trying to make the characters much more. And then the new character Cassante was in a relationship with a man. I ain't got no problems with it, but I feel like they're trying too hard to please a community that wants that. I don't know how to answer that. I mean, having gay characters in the game, there's no problem with that, But, and I think Caitlyn and Vi, especially in the show, had a lot of good chemistry. But I feel like at a certain point, you're not just doing it because you want to, you're doing it because you're trying to appease a market. Does that make sense? Because, I like Cassante. I actually had a really good game with him. I've played 4 or 5 now with him. I might record that one here in a minute. I think I will. Okay, I get R'd by the Yone, or by the Yasuo there. I managed to R out of it. I'm trying to turn it. Unfortunately, I don't turn it, but Shaco's there. And he gets the kill. I think I ignited him there. Yeah, I think I did ignite him. So that was a good turn. But now Yi is there. He's getting scuttle yet again. This Yi is a badass. He wrecked our game this entire time. So now he's covering mid lane there, taking a few creeps while I'm spawning back in. I now have Berserker's Graves, Cloak of Agility, and a refillable and my control ward. And Yasuo is just on Berserker's Graves and his Dorian's Blade. So I have better sustainability in lane. Yi's on Dragon. But anyway, the thing about Cassante I don't like is most of his dialogue relates to his former lover. Like he says, we were together and then we're apart. Not all fairy tales have a happy ending. And it's almost always something like that. And then he says, if whatever his name was here, he'd be telling me I'm doing this wrong. It's a good thing we're not together anymore. And, there's nothing wrong with characters referencing their past, but almost all of Cassante's dialogue has to deal with the fact that he's a gay man who is in a relationship with another man. And that's it. That's almost all of his dialogue. If you actually go on the League of Legends wiki and view his voice lines, that's pretty much all of them. He mentions his mother a time or two. In case you're wondering why I came down here, I should have came sooner because Yone was Yasuo was there, but I was trying to farm. They called me down here. I managed to get the pick, and they still were mad that I didn't do more, but what could I do? I got the pick. And then I end up losing a bit of tower poke here almost because I'm not fast enough getting back. Mostly because I want to stop and get healed because I know that at this point, even with just Berserker's Graves, that Yasuo can do some damage to me. In case you're wondering why I E'd there, I was anticipating Q3 in me, and I was trying to do like I did before and kind of block it. He takes the long way around there. I really like this character. He's very fluid, and it feels like playing Devil May Cry or something to a degree, which is why I had such a fun time with this champion. I'm already 2-1. I like that you can E like that and kind of get just a little bit of free poke in, and then anytime you come back, you repeat like 25% of the damage you dealt. See, I'm really out CSing him. I got a 40 CS lead over Yasuo. And it's mostly because I have a W that does damage, or he's got a dash in that wind wall, so I'm able to do more than he is. I try to come to the aid of Shaco. Shin comes in and saves him. Somehow Shaco's puppets get the kill. I dash in on the Shin. He ignited me. I try to get back to... I should have seen what that was going to, but I just leave it be. I helped out as best as I could. Hit the plant. Somehow Twisted Fate and Graves together are still giving this Twitch and Blitzcrank a run for the... I can see Graves dodging the Blitzcrank. I don't see how Twisted Fate is getting away that easily from that. Because he has no movement abilities. He dashed away from that, or flashed away, when he had nothing to flash. He would have been fine. I just got him to burn a flash for free.
A summoner has disconnected.
And now I get free tower poke here. He teleports back in. So he burned both of his actives for nothing, really. And see, I get the gold and walk away for free. I really like that character because you can make some risky plays very safely just because of that. Okay, Twisted Fate and Graves are both kind of injured. I don't think Shaco gets a kill here. Well, he got Ghost for free. That was worth it. Yeah, now he ulted and yeah, they get to Fate. That was really good for them. They burned an active and got... And Twisted Fate ulted there, as you can see above me. So they got an ult, a pick, and an active. All for free. Great. Master Yi's heading towards the... What do you call that thing? I can't... Rift Herald. I got my Noon Quiver. So now I'm still... He's catching up on CS, but I'm still got a pretty decent CS lead over him. He's behind on items. He's just now got Vampiric Scepter, while I have Noon Quiver and Cloak of Agility over him, and a Longsword. Pardon me. Okay, so Master Yi's going in on Darius. I don't think Darius walks away from this. He's getting ulted, but Darius used his Ghost. He shouldn't have turned that. Well, maybe he should. Shaco is there. I don't think either one of them are getting... Yeah, they got away for free. I still don't know how that Graves Fate combo are doing as much as they're doing there. Dragon just spawned. See, I do a lot of poke here to the guy. He gets his shield. And then I flash back in, get the kill, but I didn't realize Shen had ulted. And then here comes Twisted Fate and Graves, and I'm gone. And if I'm not mistaken, they got Shaco too. No, yeah, they got Shaco. So that wasn't really worth it for me to... I should have saved my flash. I was stupid there. I didn't realize where they were at that point. And then this is ridiculous. Both of them are on Graves. They get Graves. Blitzcrank goes down. Now you'd think Twitch wins this fight here, because he's got Vampiric Scepter and 2 attack speed items. As you saw, he lost that fight. But I guess the Noon Quiver and the Call saved it for him, and the recurve bow. But man, I didn't think an AD Twisted Fate could actually out DPS a Twitch. So as you can see, I had top lane because the Rift Herald spawned with Yi. They're going to take the tower, but I thought maybe at least I can kill the Herald and get the pick on Yi. So here I come. Yeah, easily got the pick, and got the whole wave for free, since Darius still hasn't even spawned yet. Or no, he spawned, but he's on Dragon. We get the drag. I thought about taking the Wolf Server, then I saw Yasuo, so I just wanted the team to help me take him out. Darius got a good pull there. I can do as much damage as I can, so maybe they can finish him. Yeah, they got him. That box did some good fear on that Shen, but we don't get him, unfortunately. Yi's over on red buff. I'm trying to take some tower poke. He taunts me, and that triggers the tower, which I was not expecting that. I've not played up against a lot of... and see, this is where I make a stupid... I try to ult to surprise him when I come back, and see, I accidentally ulted too soon, and it got me killed. I made a mistake there. Mistakes were made. So see, I'm not perfect, and I'm like I said, I'm currently sitting at bronze 2. My highest this season was silver 4, but I'm going to admit I made some mistakes. There were some games where I didn't play very well, and I tried to branch out in rank to play top and mid, and I shouldn't have done that, and that cost me some LP. But a lot of the times, it was literally, honest to God, bots and quitters. People who wouldn't quit the game so that you get some of your LP mitigated. They would just... because I took a kill as support, because I had Balmy Cinder when I was playing Amu support. You know, you can't help that if I'm that close. They're going to rant and rave the entire game and not do nothing because that was my fault. Or just, even if it's not me, the top laner didn't rotate to mid in time. So, you know, just a lot of... for this to be a sports game, there's so much bad... either people take the game so seriously that you can't enjoy it if you're just trying to... you want to win, but you don't want to have a negative attitude about it. And I try to have a very positive attitude. I always start the game saying good luck, have fun. And I try to... like this Yasuo, when he made that dive under my tower and lost... he said that was a stupid thing on his part. I said, we've all made a mistake. You can't see my chat logs, but I said it. And, you know, I try to have fun with it. And I think too many people have had such a piss-poor... I think Tyler 1 and a lot of the streamers that they watch that have such a piss-poor attitude have ruined them towards this game. I got some free poke in there.
Shut down.
They got Shin, but good lord. I can't believe they've barely done any... well, they've got quite a bit of tower poke, but not that much considering that neither of them have a support item. Graves literally just has shield bow. I was hoping to trigger some sort of flash or something there from him. So what all does Yasuo have now? He's got a couple of long swords on him. I have my entire mythic at this point. And a recurve bow. So I'm in much better position to duel here than he is. As you can see, I E, ignite, missed that. Mistakes are made real bad there, but I get the kill no matter what. Shin's incoming. I try to get as much tower poke in here as humanly possible. I don't know that Shin is incoming at this point. But I see him, and I Q3 away. He taunts me, ignites me, but I flash away and I manage to leave safely. I got 129 CS to 78. I still have a massive CS lead over the guy. At this point, I upgrade to a Vampiric Scepter. So now I got quite a bit of lifesteal. I got 14% lifesteal, and I got a Corrupting Pot, simply for the extra health sustain and the fact it does 20 burn damage, which isn't a lot, but it can help in the... while you're healing up, it can help to deal that little extra bit of damage. As you can see, the Yi is trying to steal as many camps as he possibly can now. Fate ulted, which I don't know what he got out of that. Yasuo's bot lane. Shin was mid lane, so I was staying mid. They got the clone there for Shaco. I'm coming in for a fight here. Get some good attacks on the Graves. Get a good ult there. Didn't get any kills, but I helped the team get the kill on Twisted Fate, and that shield bow saved Graves' life there. I start to back, but then I go to help Shaco. I thought Darius can handle that on his own. Realistically, I probably should have backed. We didn't need 4 people here. That was another mistake I made. I quite like... Yone. I got this skin through Amazon Prime, and that's why I mostly just wanted to try him out some more. I've said it before, purple's my favorite color. Don't know quite what to comment on the game at this point, just me CSing. Hope you guys are having a good day. If you've never seen my videos before, I like to talk about music that I like to listen to. I'm a big metalhead, and I like jazz music too, blues. So I talk about a lot of music. My favorite band is Metallica, and I finally bought Death Magnetic. It finally arrived. It was supposed to arrive at the end of the month, but it came early. I had to ship it in from the UK. Because I bought it on Amazon. I didn't realize you could buy the album straight off Metallica's website. I have every Metallica album now, except for the Beyond Magnetic EP, whatever you want to call that. Here comes Master E. There's 4 of us here. Unfortunately, Blitz is destroyed. I'll finish that. But he managed to ignite him, or one of us did. I tried to catch him in spirit form just enough that I could do something here, but unfortunately I get pulled back. And so I think I just head to the mid lane. My ward catches the Graves and stuff there, though. So anyway, every time I've ever heard any of my friends that were into Metallica or any... Like, if you go to Kerrang or any other website, Death Magnetic is sometimes the lowest rated. On Kerrang, it is the lowest rated Metallica album. And that is lower than Saint Anger, Reload, Lulu, any of those. Which I think Reload's okay, but I think it's weaker than Load. And I think that compared to Death Magnetic, it should be lower than Death Magnetic. Okay, I'll finish that in a minute. Okay, so I ignite the Twisted Fate. I think his shield bow went off there. Yeah, there it goes. He manages to... Oh, he got the Shen ult. I managed to R and get the Yasuo. I chased the Graves, but his ghost saves him there. So I had to just... And then E back out. Managed to get Twisted Fate. There we go. And then I head over to red buff to steal the red buff. Anyway, I finally got... I've listened to Death Magnetic a little bit, mostly like the Unforgiven 3 and The Day That Never Comes. But I never listened to the full album. I've heard a lot of people talk about Rick Rubin, you know, and the compression on it, and just a bunch of stuff that people said that made it real bad. But I've listened to the Beyond Magnetic EP, and I really like those 4 songs. All 4 of them are really good. I wish they'd just been included. And then he completely destroys me here. Look at his healing. He's got Bloodthirstier. And he's got Vampiric Scepter. So he's got, well, you know, quite a bit of lifesteal there. And he's got a lot of attack speed and crit. He just destroyed me completely. Yeah, it is unbelievable how much damage he does. And at this point, I've got Immortal Shield Bow, Blade of the Ruined King, Berserker's Graves, and Dorian's Blade. So I've got almost as equal when you count the Omni Vamp lifesteal as he has, and I just cannot heal compared to his auto attack speed and stuff. In mid lane, Blitzcrank is doing some good damage. The silence, what did he use to cleanse that there? I don't know what his actives are. But either way, he got away from there. He teleported in. He's going to try to go for the pick on Shaco, and they got it. Or they got it on the clone. The real one was already down. That was a good rotation though from that Twisted Fate. To be playing the carry or the support, I don't quite know what he's supposed to be. To be 6-6, he's actually done pretty well for his team. So there I am in bot lane. I see Yi, and I'm trying to like just clear and get away from him. See, I'm pinging that he's there, but I can see Twitch is trying to catch up to him. Twisted Fate's on there, and now so is Shen, so I'm battling that Yi. I managed to do that fancy flash to get him off me and get the kill. I can't help out my teammates, so Twitch is just left to Shen. There's nothing I can do. I don't think on that low health. I probably should have been there to help him, but he gets the kill anyway. So anyway, I bought Death Magnetic on vinyl, and I listened to it all the way through like 4 times at this point, and a little bit more than that. Well, about 6, 7 times. I think it's better than Hardwired. As much as I like Hardwired Self-Destruct, I find songs like Halo on Fire and Confusion, and that's my two main... Man Unkind. Those are like the three songs I don't particularly like on the album. I thought I was going to catch him with that W, but unfortunately I didn't. To be kind of weak, the whole album kind of has a bit too much in the writing process going on. There's a lot of overdone bits to it. A lot of people have said that, you know, realistically they need somebody who could sit down and tell them to edit their songs a little bit better, and I do agree with that statement. But I love Atlas Rise. I love the lead single, or the opener, Hardwired. To me, I think it's one of the best opening tracks they've had on an album. It's short, it's heavy, it's to the point, and I think a lot more of the songs on the album should have been a bit more like that. So I try to come in and do as much damage as I can here. I get the ult on two of them. Shen flashes away, and then I'm called back to my body. My whole team is dead, so all I can do is try to get away here. And they're all coming for me.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Okay, and so anyway, if I had to say which is better, I love Atlas Rise. I really like Spit Out the Bone. I love Murder One because I am a massive Motorhead fan. They were... Black Sabbath and Motorhead were the first metal bands. You know, I don't know, some people call them Motorhead punk, whatever you wish to call it. Those were the first two bands that got me into metal, and Def Leppard. That was the three. And Man of War. I played Brutal Legend when it first came out, and I never listened to a lot of metal. Some of it here and there that I'd heard in different games and movies, and my dad was a big blues and country fan, but he occasionally liked Van Halen, and some other bands like that. He was a massive Eddie Van Halen fan. He didn't like Michael Jackson, but he would play Beat It constantly. Yeah, we got destroyed by that yeet. He got a Quadra there, and look at his build. He's just got Kraken and Bloodthirster and Blade. He's got so much value from those three items and his Berserkers, and realistically, he got a pickaxe and that. But just these three items here, well, really these four, make him almost indestructible. The amount of damage he's doing to us is insane. See, look how much he's healing. At this point, I think I finally, after I finish my Death's Dance, I try to get Last Whisper, I think is what it is, or whatever that item is that has anti-heal, or Grievous Wounds as it's called in this game. But anyway, I find that as good as Hardwired is when it's good, when it's kind of the... Some people say that it's the middle that's the rough part. I quite like Moth into the Flame and stuff like that, but it's towards the end that it gets rough, and then at the end it picks back up again with Spit Out the Bone and Murder 1. And I know a lot of people don't like Murder 1 for some reason. I thought it was great. The music video was just Lemmy to a T, and I thought it was a very good tribute to one of the greatest performers and one of the greatest bassists of all time. But I'm kind of biased. I always liked Lemmy because I really appreciate his direct attitude. You know, he collected World War II memorabilia from the Germans. A lot of people accuse him of being I don't know if you can use the word, but you know what I'm thinking here. A German supporter from World War II. And he was very just plain about it. He said if his black girlfriend doesn't have no problem with it, then I think he said black. Might have meant he's Jewish, or he might have meant both. I don't know. See, I think I can do something to this E here, but I also know I'm probably going to die here because that E is destructive. I managed to live. Anyway, he just had such a direct attitude, and he reminds me so much of my Uncle Otis. I could see a lot of their personalities being like, they both love motorcycles, they both lived hard, both loved women. And so I guess that's why I had such a thing for Motorhead. But And I think maybe Uncle Lotus was into Motorhead. I don't really know. He didn't seem like the type that was much of a metalhead, but I could have swore I heard him play it in his Camaro a few times. But anyway, after listening to both, I actually went back and listened to Hardwired just to see which one I liked more. And Hardwired is weaker compared. I know people don't like Death. The main reason people say they don't like Death Magnetic is because every song on the album is designed to be a throwback to Metallica's greatest hits, like One, which is one of my top 5 Metallica songs. A very wonderful song. Again, kind of personal to me because my uncle. I'm just gonna say R for any living relatives, because I don't want to. And yeah, watch here. This E destroys me again. I do my best here. My shield bow triggers and my shield and my W triggers. And look how much E. And here comes Shaco, and he's already back to full. And Shaco has. Does he have? Yeah, he has Thorn Mail. He just gets destroyed. That healing is nuts from that Bloodthirst here. And he's got Death's Dance at this point, so he ignores 30% of the damage taken to him. So he's just OP at this point. So anyway, now I'm 9, 6, and 5. 219 CS to the 130 on Yasuo, so, and he's only 3 and 8, so I'm performing well against my opponent. He gets destroyed here. Twisted Fate flashes in, I guess in an attempt to save him, but all he does is get himself taken down with him. He doesn't even get the Blitzcrank there. So anyway, after listening to One, The Day That Never Comes is structured just like One. It's kind of got a slower melody, it picks up, and then it's an instrumental at the end, just like One. And then my favorite song on the album is Judas Kiss. I think it's so heavy, especially that last like 2.5 minutes of the song. That final chorus, especially in the solos. Kurt is on fire on that solo. But it's Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets is about addiction. And it's from the point of view of the addiction, so the Master of Puppets. And Judas Kiss is from the perspective of Judas, you know, bow down, sell your soul to me, I will set you free. It's all the same sort of structure, especially with there's like 2 or 3 solos, and it's all designed to be just like Master of Puppets. And you could probably pick out more and more that's designed to be similar to other songs. The Day That Never Comes, or not That's Just Your Life, the opening doesn't sound like any of the other openings, so, you know, it's original. And Judas Kiss, while it's structured like Master of Puppets, it's enough of its own thing. The solos are awesome. It's a great... Man, I try to destroy the E there. I don't get him, but I do get the pick on Shin. But watch here, and then I'll try to finish that before I forget. So I wait a second. I can see... Twisted Fate gets caught in the trap there. So I E over the wall, get in onto him, go after Graves. And thank goodness Twitch manages to take him out there. I thought that was a good play there, I did. So anyway, I think Broken, Beaten, and Scarred is a great song, but I think that it's a bit repetitive. The writing on that one is kind of similar to some of the writing on some of the bad points of Hardwired. And then, what is it called? Suicide and Redemption, the instrumental, which is harking back to the instrumentals on the first 4 Metallica albums, Orion, Anesthesia, it's not Cthulhu, it's called Cthulhu, something like, it's a different spelling, but it's Cthulhu. Yeah, and so it's structured very much like the other albums. There's even Unforgiven 3, like Unforgiven 1 and 2. But it's a great album overall. I think in terms of heaviness, it's much better than Hardwired. There's not one little bit where it slows down like Halo on Fire and stuff like, and Confusion. It's a hard-hitting album. all the way through, and it showed that despite them getting in their 40s, those guys were on fire, and they were still throwing out stuff that most bands wouldn't be able to do at that age, and starting to slow down. Lars especially was on fire on the drums. Much better job than he was on Hardwired. But anyway, that was my Yone game. Wasn't the best game in the world. I ended on 11, 6, and 11. I ended up getting an S- on this, and on U.GG I got a 94 on the overall score. So, pretty good game. Me and Twitch were clearly, and Shaco, but he had quite a bit of deaths. He had 2 more than I did. But me and him were pretty much equal. So the 3 of us were the high damage dealers on the team, but I had top damage, and Twitch really was the best player on our team. He had a really good KDA, played very well. On their team, their Yi carried that game. He was, realistically, Twisted Fate did pretty good with his rotations and stuff, and Shin was really good with his ults, but it was Yi who made that game difficult for us. Every time we saw him, we clinched up. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this this replay. I promise one day I'll do a full one. I have some other games that before the season ends and the replays go away, I might try to record. I did a Nami game where I'm playing in my role I'm most comfortable in with support. I think I did a really good job there. I might record that one next. And I did Gwen for the very first time, because I've gotten both the Cafe Cutie skin and the Space Groove, and I just said, okay, finally I'm going to play her. They gave her a buff a while back, and so I finally thought, okay, she's got to be a decent enough place, and maybe I can play her and do okay. I struggled with it, but maybe you guys will find that game enjoying. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening.